toilet pretending to be a refrigerator!
Another toilet metaphor? So you want to tell me why it's called that?
Remember the Forest of Death just outside of Bolton? Well, there's many other areas just like that, with different creatures. There's unicorns and drake horses, which are far better than monster horses. I even heard there's griffins too!
So I'm having a wee bit of a struggle. So here's the thing. The Greatest Alchemist episode 6, I'm having like a big problem. And my main thing is like, I am all for slow anime. Like, anime like Slime Diaries, anime like the other slime anime. Actually, there's a few different slime anime. Like the three go-tos in my head were immediately all slime. Anyways, I love slice of life. I love slow anime, but not boring anime, if that makes sense. Like there's a very thin balance between slow and entertaining and boring. And let me tell you, like, here's the thing. We spent all of episode 6, and don't get me wrong, there were some things that this episode definitely did establish. It established that there's 2 churches. It established that the king that our boy resides in is totally okay with one of them just going away. It established that the church has a heavy interest in someone being able to wield the magic that our boy does. We know all that, okay? He freaking put light magic on toilets. He's just making life better for people. So it established that. It established that he's going to meet with the king at some point. Cool. He meets with the goddess, and the goddess informs him finally of like, oh, I've actually put you in the past 1 year before the heroes get summoned, so you had time. It established in our boy going like, well, you know, I'm not going to meet him anyway, so whatever. He's going to meet him. So it established that. All cool stuff. But it did that in the first 5 minutes. Like actual 5 minutes of runtime. If you go to the 5-minute part, like a minute and a half of that is like the OP, okay? So about like the first 5, maybe 7 minutes, but about 5-ish minutes of the show, it established all of what I just mentioned. Then the rest of the episode is just focused around him getting his brand new familiar, which is like this unicorn horse thing, because he's gonna get a carriage, so he can build a carriage, so he can take all the girls and himself to this kingdom that he's gonna go meet with the king or whatever. The rest in between, though, was just the girls kind of fawning over him a bit, him getting excited about Wood, Maple going and getting, almost dogged on by a bunch of random spiders. She should be because she's evolved so much already, she should be, like, really powerful, but she almost gets bodied by, like, just, like baby spiders. Like, I felt embarrassed for her. And that's it. Like, that's all that happens. Oh, and he gets sick a little bit because, he uses too much of his mana. So, he gets sick and, he uses too much of his mana, even though, like, the elf girl told him, like, hey, this is gonna take too much of your mana. You're gonna feel a certain way. So, talk to me just whatever. But eventually he comes out of it. He gets Maple. He gets the horse. He has a new, familiar, whatever. That's all that happened, though. And I know you might say, like, oh, well, that's all? That's a lot. But it's not, though. And, like, the journey getting there, like, I'll tell you guys, like, I was watching the dub, okay? So it makes it easy. It makes it easier to watch. But one thing I'll do is, like, if I'm kind of, like, getting over it, and when I'm watching a sub-anime, if I'm starting to, like, you're reading along or whatever, and if my eyes start to just, like cross and I'm like, I can't really pay attention, or like I'm starting to like, I'm looking at the words but I'm not reading, I'll pause the show, I'll give myself a minute or two or whatever, or like I'll do something on the side or something, and then I will resume. When it comes to dub, you don't necessarily need to do that, but what happens a lot of times is I just kind of like stop listening. So like today I had to like rewind it a bit, because like, I was like, I was looking at it, but I wasn't really like, I was like thinking like, I think I'm hungry. Like, what should I get for lunch today? Should I make some soup? Like I started like thinking about other shit. So I'm like, oh no, that's not good. So I had to rewind it a bit, and then I was like, oh, okay, that's what happened. Nothing. He was gonna get, he's gonna get happy about cutting up a tree or whatever. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much where we're at with Greatest Alchemist. It's, it's fine. Like I've said in the past, like, it's not rewriting. It's not like, writing any like, anime checks for like really greatest show or whatever. I just think it's moving. I don't know. it's just at this weird pacing. I don't want to say it's like too slow, but like it's just I don't know. I can't put my finger on the exact words, but there's just like it's just missing something. And what sucks is you only get 12 episodes. We're already gonna be on episode 7, so we're only gonna get 6 more episodes. So it's like we're only gonna get to a certain point. You know, will he meet the heroes? What big evil thing is out there? Who is this other god? You know, why is our god being wishy-washy about him? Is he gonna come into trouble? There is 2 other girls in the ED, right? There's 2 like some bunny girl and like a wolf girl or something like that. There's 2 other girls in the ED. When are they gonna come? Are they gonna come too late? You know, if they come by episode 9 or 10, it's like that's way too late already because you only get 12. So I don't know. It's kind of where I'm at. So episode was fine. 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 is where I'll land this episode. It was fine. I think there was enough stuff that happened in that beginning portion to make the rest of the episode okay. But the rest of the episode was just that. It was just okay. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below, my friends. I'll see you guys next week for episode number 7, which hopefully is better as we go into the kingdom to meet the king. Peace.